All right, so I'm doing a rust repair on the windshield of my 86 Vanagon. Typical spot right here. All right, got a bit of rust, I gotta take care of it. Decided to take the windshield out myself. Windshield crack, right down the middle. Got another one on that corner. Obviously, I tried to pry it from that corner, the driver's side. You know, make sure you get one of these. If you have a good windshield and you have no cracks in it and you plan on reusing that windshield, don't use the pry method. Get yourself a seal from Bus Depot, standard utility blade, and you're just gonna cut along the windshield. Try not to put your blade into the van itself. You don't want to score the metal, and you're gonna have a spot for rust. Go ahead, plan on replacing that gasket. That's 40 bucks versus a windshield that's 200 bucks. Don't do what I did. Save yourself 150 bucks, get the gasket instead. A little flat brush, some sandpaper, sand it down. You want to get all the rust gone. Some POR 15 that I've got. All right, clean it up, see what you're working with. If you got any more rust spots or whatever, like this little guy right here, might want to touch it up. Make sure that you get all the rust gone. The reason why I'm using this wire wheel is because I don't really want to just sand the heck out of it all the way down to bare metal, because any original factory primer and paint that's on there is good surface protection for the metal. So, not worried about the sealant up at the top. Clean that up as best as I can and throw the next seal on. Water doesn't sit up top, water falls to the bottom. So really your corners, the middle, and are your worst spots. All right. So I've used the cleaner degreaser, I've used the metal prep, cleaned up the entire surface area. Cleaned all the sealant off. Use tape, guys. Tape is your friend. It's cheap. Saves your painted surface. All right, I got the first coat of POR 15. That's just one coat. It's gonna dry. 2 hours, I'll come back with another coat. This can was a pain in the butt to get open. This foam brush was a good idea. All right, so we got 2 coats of the POR 15 on here. You can see how it just sagged as it dried. We're gonna sand this down and get ready for a fiberglass. All right, surface is sanded down so we can get our fiberglass patch to stick. Don't want to go too far down. You want to leave as much of that POR 15 on there as possible. See, I got down to metal in a couple spots. That's all right. Next, you just get out your surfboard repair kit, mix up yourself some resin, get some glass, and put your patch on. You want to impregnate all the fibers. I put 2 patches. I put a really thin strip right here where the most of the holes were. Then I put a wider patch to overlap, right? And you want to stay on the area that you sanded. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll let that dry and go on to the next step. So at this point, they're installing the seal around the windshield, and then they're going to spray silicone spray around it once they got the rope in the groove. They carry the windshield over together when they got some suction cups stuck to the windshield. It helps hold the windshield because it's awkward to carry. And then basically one person gets in the vehicle and works the rope around, slowly pulling it as the other one taps behind the rope. Don't tap ahead of the rope, because apparently if you tap on the windshield in front of the rope as it's being pulled by the guy inside, you have the potential to crack it. So they just go around pulling the rope out of the groove like you see in some of the other videos, and then the guy on the outside just continues to tap it, pulls down on those suction cups, and kind of just pushes it into place. When I say they're gonna tap it, I say their palms are flat and they're just gonna continue to hit the windshield with flat palms and work their way around. He's got a scribe in this part of the video where you can see that he's kind of, the rope has already been pulled out, but it wasn't pulling that seal around the lip of the body, and you can see that it's kind of not seating properly, and it's definitely where I start to realize that this is definitely a two-man job. And if you don't mind spending an extra couple bucks having it professionally installed, definitely worth it in my mind. So a couple more things to just clarify. They didn't use any sealant in between the body and the seal itself. It's just a dry seal installed just as you see in the video. The second part is that they started with the bottom, worked their way to one side from the bottom corner to the top corner, and then worked on the other side. The top section is last. And that's really it, guys. Windshield is installed.